Welcome back to In the Box. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram at OwnersBox and head over to OwnersBox.com to sign up and play weekly fantasy sports today. Also, download our app on the iOS and Google Play stores. Don't forget, scroll down to like, comment, and subscribe to let YouTube know this is content you actually want to see. Welcome back to another very, very special episode of In the Box. Today, I got myself, the two amazing interns, and a very, very special guest, the one and only Justin Foley. Foley, how we doing today?
Doing great. Feeling good. Loving the invite to be on the show.
Let's go, baby. We're talking
shop.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. But first, since we're talking NFL this week and going forward, how have you been doing this year in NFL betting before we start?
I've been doing pretty good, but some of my methods have been off. I really need to stick to my units. You bet some things high, and then you win you usually lose, and then you win the ones that you bet short. And it's like, fuck, I should. If you just stayed consistent, you'd be up. But you learn. You live and you learn.
That's actually very, very relatable for me as well. I actually raised my units and my teasers, and ever since I raised my units, I've been losing. 22-11 on the year. I was on a 75% win streak. Now I'm not doing that anymore, and I think it's because I raised my units. Also, Chris Peters, he's one of our GM here. He raised his units recently and has had a rough time with the sports book. So I think the gambling gods, he's out of the game. He's actually taking a little break from the game right now. So I think the gambling gods aren't on our side recently, but that's why this week we're coming in hot. Avery came back after going 0-3 the last 2 weeks fully. He's now on a 2-1 streak.
Went on a heater last weekend.
He's been on a heater. We were in Toronto, actually, the boys. We were, doing some college betting, doing some NFL betting on Sunday. It was a great weekend. Other than the Browns and Nick Chubb, which we will talk about, and I'm going to freak out about it, but we will talk about it. But before we jump into Week 10 recap fully, can you just talk about your Patriots right now? How are you feeling overall as a fan, and where do you think the team goes this year?
Well, this is something completely new for me, and I've said it to some of my buddies in our group chat. Is this what it's like on the other side? At first, I thought it was going to be fun, trying to fight through a season, fight for a playoff spot, dog out a couple of wins. Every game's going to be close, but these have been some pretty unforeseen times, as you may have heard before.
For sure. And I can relate to that kind of, not recently, but obviously over the years, I know some people that are, Jets fans. Ty Baum is a Giants fan. We've seen our friends who are fans of shittier teams, and it's kind of, your team's not even bad this year. It's just the Bills, who Jeremy here is a huge Bills fan, so maybe we'll have a little talk about that. But the Bills are showing up this year, and it's actually crazy. I'm a hater. I was a hater all year. I was always fading the Bills, but now I'm kind of on the Bills bandwagon. But I still think the Pats, looking at it, they're still competitive. They just, half their team opted out. You guys had, who Van Noy opted out, or no, he's on a different team.
He's on Miami.
Hightower opted out, a couple other defensive guys.
So I guess we're losing Gilmore, and it's
being a Pats fan, I don't feel bad for you though, just because you guys, every year at school, I'd have to watch you guys win, whether it was the Red Sox when they beat the Dodgers that one year. That was fucking awful for me. And then obviously the Pats won twice when we were at school fully.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, so
I went to school. Seahawks.
Yeah, so I went to school in the Boston area, so I had a lot of roommates who were fans of New England teams, so I had to deal with that. So I do not feel bad, but it's shocking to see this team. I think Bill's going through some turmoil. I can't imagine those practices, the film room with Bill right now. He's just probably cutting his team apart. Yeah. But anyways, before we dive into for sure. But before we dive into Week 10, can you give us your way too early Super Bowl winner and your NFC and AFC winners? Who do you think's matched up in the Super Bowl this year?
Way too early.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Steelers riding this one out.
Do you think they stay
undefeated,
or do you think they lose a game?
I pulled that one right out of my ass. I don't know if we're allowed to swear on this.
No, you are. You absolutely are allowed to.
I really haven't thought. You mentioned that before. We're sorry, but I kind of forgot to think about it. I don't know. That's kind of, I feel good with that pick. Would that count as who's coming out of the AFC?
Yep, AFC, and then who's your NFC
and meeting
winner?
them in the Super Bowl?
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe somebody like, I guess, no, the Vikings can't pull that off.
The Vikings, the Vikings, that would be fucking crazy.
Oh my God.
As a Packers fan, I think the Packers have a shot this year.
I know you do.
The AFC is more competitive. I always believe that. Yes, correct. But the AFC is definitely more competitive. They have like six win teams right now. So the AFC is a lot more tight. I think the AFC is open.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Full.
I was like, it would be fun to see the Cardinals, obviously, because they got like the firepower, explosive offense and stuff. But
Cardinals,
Seahawks,
Steelers.
I didn't like the way the Seahawks played against the Rams last week.
No, I didn't.
Oh no.
So,
Did you bet that game, by the way, or did you stay away?
I stayed away.
I had the Rams. These two boys here had the Seahawks, so we were talking shit that whole game. But for my prediction, I'll go next. I like the Packers to get out of the NFC this year. Pretty biased pick there, but I'm riding with it. And then for the AFC, oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna say it. I like the Bills to do it this year.
Oh my God.
I like the Bills. I'm giving the Bills the division this year. They're going to win the division, and they're going to be gritty. They were gritty in the playoffs last year. They just didn't have that, Josh Allen wasn't fully Josh Allen like he is this year.
Yeah, he looked nervous as shit.
He looked nervous. He's had the playoff experience. He was playing the Patriots, so like that's, Tom Brady and the Pats, like that's a hard team to go against in one of your early playoff games. But now he's, playing completely different. He's going off. I like, Diggs as an addition. The defense is solid. I'm riding the Bills versus the Packers, and I'm going to take the Packers to win it all this year. Jared, what about you?
I think I got to stick to what I had at the start of the season. It was Saints and Bills.
Can I go ahead and say I cannot hear these guys?
You can't hear them? You got to talk louder, boys.
I got the Saints and the Bills.
Saints and the Bills.
Saints and the Bills.
All right, what about you, Abe?
I'm going Chiefs and Rams.
Chiefs and Rams. I like the Rams. My buddy, our buddy Coy was chirping me for the Rams. I said everyone's overlooking the Chiefs here, but he's a Chiefs fan too.
I mean, they're the champs. You have to beat the champs.
That's true. This is true. All I'm saying though is I love, I like the Chiefs, but I do like other teams. I like the Bills. I'm riding with the Bills. I just think they're gonna show up when it matters, and I think they're gritty, and that's why I'm riding with them. But if I'm wrong, I will absolutely own up to that. But I think all of us have good predictions. I think mine's a little out there. The Saints, I don't know. We need brother Drew back, man. I don't know if he's gonna however long he's out for. That's gonna affect their playoff chances. But they'll obviously make it. But the seeding's important too, obviously. So we got our predictions in. Let's dive right into Week 10 pick recap. Last week, I hate to announce it, Jeremy for the fourth week in a row went 2-1, took the winner last week. He's literally right behind me. I'm 21-8-1. Jeremy's 20-10, so I'm literally only one game up on him now. Devin is 14-16, and Avery is 13-7. After he went 0-2 for 2 straight weeks, now he went 2-1. He's kind of back in it, but
I'm back.
The battle for the basement. Jeremy, take us through your Week 10 pick recap. You got to mute me, Eddie. I'm sorry. You got to mute that.
Yeah. All right, so I guess I'll announce my picks. Obviously, I won. I've won 3 of the last 4, I think.
Yep, you have.
But I've been picking, you guys don't realize, but my MVPs of the week, I've been on point every week, I'm pretty sure.
Who'd you have last week?
I had Tom Brady, who was the top QB on our system.
He's been looking really nice.
Yeah, he's been looking good. Buccaneers, I was actually kind of worried about this game midway through. I was like, fuck, there's no way. But then they just ended up killing them. So that was a big win. The under was holy fuck. I mean, I'm 9-1 on the year. That hit like
what, the Browns Texans under? That I watched that. There was 3 points until literally like halfway through the fourth quarter, and you were laughing that whole time. I mean, under in Browns games, I'm going to start looking out for those because Baker Mayfield hates scoring points, and so do the Browns.
It's tough though now. I actually almost switched to the over now that Nick Chubb's back, to be honest.
He played this week though.
I know.
Did you see what he did? He's overkiller, even though it wasn't even close to hitting.
The Texans always score points.
That's why
this week.
And that's why you took the under, though.
I'm telling you, I'm 9-1.
Are you okay? So you're 9-over on totals. Are you not going to talk about your loss in the Seahawks game? You're just going to
fuck that game, dude. That game was dumb, man. Seahawks are just. I don't even think they're good.
Their defense is terrible. Their defense is awful.
Statistically, the worst pass defense of all time. Worst defensive team of all time.
And Jamal, what's that Jamal Adams nugget you had for us? You
oh fuck! He's like the worst player in coverage all year. He has like a 120 quarterback rating against him.
That's fucking insane, especially getting paid like he is too. So Jer, you went 2-1 last week, keeping the streak alive. For this week, do you think you're going to edge on me? Do you think you're going to gain a stroke on me and take the lead?
I mean, last week I went head to head with you in the Bucks game. You picked the Panthers as your dog. But I don't know. I feel pretty confident in my slate this week.
You do? Okay, so we'll get to that. But Avery, can you dive into your last week picks and how you did?
Okay, lost the Lions -3.5 versus Washington. I was on the right side of that, so I wasn't mad. My dog was the Giants +3.5 versus the Eagles. That was a sharp pick, and I'm proud of that one. So I was happy to win that. And the total, this one smacked fucking Bucks Panthers over. I don't know what number that is because I can't see
50.5.
Yeah, fucking great pick by me.
Didn't the Bucks have like 38 over? Did they have 38 points? They almost hit
Like
that.
40. I thought
they
they
almost
had
46.
46. So the Bucks literally almost hit that on their own. So good picks after a couple of shitty weeks. So you're feeling a lot better going into this week's
It's because
slate.
I cut my hair.
Yeah, you showed the mullet last time. Foley, just for the record, our buddy Avery here went 0-3, and he had to just do something different. So he cut his hair off, and he has a mullet now. So ever since the mullet, you're 2-1, 66% win percentage. Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, and I've been a heater in college too.
Yeah, and he's on a tear in college football. So that's awesome. We love that, Avery, and we're happy to have you back on the
Thank
winning
you.
column. For my week 10 picks, I had the Browns.
Welcome back to the good side.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
I had the Browns -3 versus the Texans, which was a push. Our first ever push on our In the Box picks, and it's week 10. So surprisingly, all year we haven't had a push. But this wasn't just your average push. This was an absolute cuck job of a push. Nick Chubb decides, he's going to carry the ball. He's a great athlete, playing amazing this year. Came back from injury, big difference maker for the Browns. Gets a handoff wide to the left, a sweep play. I didn't think we were going to cover. I thought he was going to run the clock out, but he actually breaks off a 50-yarder or so.
59 yards.
59-yard run, and he's literally in the breakaway. I'm sitting on the couch with these two next to me here. I get up, throw my hands up, stop looking at the TV because he's running free with no one near him. And the announcer's like, "Oh my God, he's going to score!" Like they were literally saying he's about to score. And then I turn around, and the dude runs out of bounds at the 1 fucking yard line. I push my bet. Final score was 10-7.
Yeah.
10-7, Browns win. It was an absolute, it was one of the worst beats I've had in a long time just because I was winning that whole game. The Browns were, up that whole time. Texans scored a late touchdown, and then Nick Chubb just sent me home with just salt in my mouth after that. So that was a push, our first ever one here. I'm officially done with the Browns unless I'm betting they're under. You will not see them on my card going forward. My dog last week was the Panthers +6 versus the Bucks, which was a loss. I really believed in Teddy. I thought he was going to cover for me there. I'm also a Tom Brady hater, as you know, Foley. I love fading the Bucks, but they have been killing me lately, and Tom has been shutting me up. So I'll take the L on that one. And then my total, Seahawks Rams under 55.5, easy winner. You guys were talking shit all Sunday about this pick. I actually needed this to not go 0-2-1, which was very nice. I'm happy to add a win to the column this week. And that, looking back on it, you don't really see a lot of Seahawks Rams unders that I'll be taking, but for this spot, I liked it. Divisional game, it was a close game. I love the Rams too. So the Rams made me money this weekend. Thank God. The Rams in the under. So 1-1 last week for me. And then for Dev, I'll walk through his picks quickly since he's not here again. He had the Vikings -2 versus the Bears last night, winner. He had his dog last week was the Broncos +5.5 versus the Raiders. Horrible pick. That was Foley. You were on Raiders money line, weren't you, last week?
Oh, hell yeah, I was. No, I took their spread.
Oh, 5.5. Yeah, they were a favorite. Yeah, money line.
No, they were
lots of
-3.
juice.
They were -3 even.
Yeah, so we bet these on. Yeah, we bet them early on Tuesdays, so that's why this line was probably a little off compared to what you got it at. But yeah, the Raiders, man, the Raiders have been a good bet in sports lately too. Shout out to Sheriff, one of our boys, is a huge Raiders fan. But yeah, I like the Raiders this year. They're definitely a different football team than last year, and I look to bet them. I don't have them this week, but I'll definitely keep them in my mind when I'm doing future picks here. So good pick, Devin. Terrible pick, Devin. Good pick, Foley. His total last week was the Colts Titans over 48.5. That was a winner. I don't remember the score of that game just because it was on Thursday night.
It just hit. It was 51.
Yeah, we're not even supposed to pick Thursday night picks, and Devin did it anyway.
He makes his own rules.
I mean, the kid is just in his own world. So we're not even going to chirp him any more than that. He just doesn't show up to the podcast anymore. So we'll let him ride there. He went 2-1 last week, which is great for him. Congratulations, Devin. All right, so that does it for our Week 10 recap. Foley, since you are our special guest today, can you kick us off with what you like for Week 11?
Sure. So for Week 11, we'll start with my dog of the week, Houday Nation.
Let's go.
Straight out of the jungle.
Ripping the brand. I love it.
The Cincinnati Bengals against the Washington football team. The Bengals
So
are
why
plus 2. I gave you the line plus 2, but honestly, I'm going to be hammering the money line.
I love that. Yeah, just
It's only
I mean,
plus 110, but I mean, money is money.
Yeah, money is
And they're
money,
going
and
to
I
win
think
this game.
anything under 3. If I really like a bet, like if I like the Bengals, let's say this week, and they're under 3 points on the spread, I'll just take the money.
Yeah,
line.
it's like they're
if it's
pretty much
2.5,
anyway.
like,
Unless
might
but
as-
Vegas fucking knows.
Yeah, Vegas does know, and if they somehow lose by 1 this week, I'll be like, holy shit, Foley, I'm sorry I said that, but I do like Jerry. You're on the Bengals too this week.
I'm going to give you a 3-0 card, so don't worry.
You're gonna. Yeah, that's what we like to hear. Foley, after Rob went 0-3 last week, Rob, we love you, but tough slate. Foley is coming back with vengeance this week. Jerry, you also have Bengals money line. Why did you like Foley? You like it, but why did you like it, Jerry?
Joe Burrow's gonna, after a rough game. I mean, Washington isn't the Steelers' defense, so
That's true.
I think this dog is like I thought was the best dog other than the Packers. I think they got a really good. Alex Smith isn't that good of a QB. Let's be honest.
He had a great. He had a pretty solid game, 300 plus passing yards last week. But there's no way he replicates that either. There's just
like
no
290.
chance.
They're playing the Lions.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so Foley, your dog of the week was the Bengals plus 2 against the Washington football team. What's your next pick?
Shout out Sam Fran.
Shout out. Yeah, there you go.
One man analytics department.
Go ahead. Next pick.
My favorite line of the week. I like the Vikings minus 7.5 against the Cowboys, and I usually tell myself to stay away from games with the Cowboys, but it's usually always bet against the Cowboys because they're just like having a lot of issues this year. And my over under, this one was a little. This one took the most thought. I like Steelers versus Jags under 47.5. The Steelers. This was my thought process. Steelers score a lot of points, but they are also like top in the league in like points allowed. And then the Jags are just vice versa. They don't score and they give up a shitload of points. So hopefully the Steelers just beat them and shut them out is what I'm thinking.
I agree. I actually like this pick. You might see this on my card on Sunday for sure. I actually do like this because the Jags are coming off, a pretty solid performance against the Packers last week, and they scored points, which is like an anomaly. Anyone watching that game was shocked that they even scored 20 points. I think the Steelers are going to just wipe them off the field, and I think they'll try to control the game more and run clock. So I think this is a great bet at 47.5. I might ride that with you.
Yeah.
And then your player of the week, Foley?
Player, I think, obviously everyone is probably going to think Dalvin Cook's going to have a good week, but, I mean, after not having 200 yards, what did he have, like something, 90-something yards? I don't really remember.
90-something and no touchdowns.
Again, they're playing the
week.
Cowgirls. They're playing the Cowgirls, and they're going to have a good game. They're going to win by probably 2 scores at least, hopefully. So I think that's my combination there.
There you go, Foley. Thanks for giving your card. Jeremy, take us off. Week 11.
So I was off the Teddy train, then I was on the Teddy train, then I was off, now I'm back on. Panthers are going to win this game. There's no doubt about it. They're going to win this game.
Isn't he hurt?
What?
Isn't Teddy hurt?
Teddy might be hurt, but hopefully he plays.
You're just not going to look into that before you bet it, though? Kind of rookie move there, but...
Panthers, no, I'm stating the fact. I don't care who's playing. They've played.
Well, who's their backup quarterback then?
They've played. I don't even know who the backup is on that team. To be honest,
What kind of interns do you have over there?
Yeah, they're supposed to be numbers guys. These are talk about impulse
10,
betting.
so my numbers don't lie.
What are they looking up all day?
Pornhub.com. Too much of that. But anyways, keep going.
Panthers have had such tough games. It feels like they're playing a good team every single week, and this is a game just the Lions. They should win. I don't even know why they're dogs, to be completely honest.
The Lions are dogs, not the Panthers, bud.
Yeah, the Lions are dogs. I don't really understand why the Lions would. I don't understand why the Lions are dogs.
Yeah, I mean the Lions played good football. They blew.
But they lose games like this.
They won. Like Matt Prater hit a dinger of a field goal to win last week. They almost blew it.
They barely lost
the team.
They barely beat Washington. So I think the Panthers finally get a win.
Yeah.
It's and then Bengals money line. I'm on that. I said why Washington isn't a good team. And also the Bengals don't rely on their run, which we know Washington has a good run defense. And then Lions Panthers over 49. I mean, I'm 9-1 on the year. I actually do love the Steelers Jags under 47.5.
Yeah, fully. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I have my total on here, and I kind of might. I'm not gonna switch up.
You might
see
me mess up and throw a couple extra units on there.
Yeah, I love that. Just get them greased up. Yeah, I actually do like that. But you got our stamp of approval on that one for sure. But so you're just finish your slate. Who's your player?
Player was Joe Burrow. I mean, I think after a game like that, he's gonna do his thing again, and he's gonna have a big game.
Joe Burrow, it is. All right, Avery, take us off.
Okay, so I thought my pick was going to be the Chiefs. I want it to be the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Chiefs this week too, but I'm taking the best quarterback in the NFL, Jameis Winston, -4.5 against the Atlanta Falcons. I hate the Falcons, and I love Jameis, so I just have to take it.
I was never seen someone more excited for Jameis time on Sunday than you were sitting on my couch last weekend. I mean, I don't enjoy watching Jameis as much as you do. Is it because the Florida State? I know you're a college football guy. Is it the Florida State
I'm probably
Connect
gonna
or
ride
what?
the Falcons in that one.
Yeah, me too, fully. I'm not.
But that's why, it's just Jameis is gonna fuck up. It's gonna be hilarious, but I just want him to cover. And I just think Jameis is a hilarious player. He was so bad last year, but so decent. He 30-30 club. Who else does that? No one.
30-30 club. That's a baseball thing. I guess.
Exactly.
It's not as good of a accolade in football. But
30 dingers, 30 steals. But,
anyways, your dog.
Is this game in Atlanta?
Fuck, I don't remember. Who cares? They're still gonna win. My dog, I gotta take the Packers +2.5.
This is a lock.
I hate Phillip Rivers.
Jeremy, don't you fucking dare. I'm going to make you get up out of your seat. Do not call it that, because it's never a fucking lock. It's gambling, all right?
This is a lock.
Trying to suck Sandy off.
I might take this with my life, because Phillip Rivers, I hate him. I've been chasing him all year, gambling-wise.
He owns you.
He owns me. He does. But I'm going to get him this week.
So Packers +2.5. All right, your total?
And then Eagles-Browns under 49.5. They stink.
Love it. I literally love this bet too. The Eagles, the teams I am done betting on. The Eagles 1, the Chicago Bears 2, and the Cleveland Browns 3. That is the no-fly list for Sandy. Two of the 3 no-fly list teams are in this bet, so I love it. I'm in on that under for sure.
Thanks, guys. My player is Travis Kelce.
That's a cop-out.
Can't go wrong with not a cop-out. I mean, it's a tight end. You're picking
dude.
a QB.
You would have taken Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Usually, Jared picks his mainstream
Travis Kelce's
picks.
by far the best tight end on our system.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
he's the best.
Yeah, but we're also all picking quarterbacks and running backs, so you can't really debate that. On to my picks this week. My favorite of the week is the Ravens -6.5 versus the Titans.
Oh my God.
Ravens coming off an L against the Patriots, a brutal loss nonetheless. I like the Ravens in a bounce back spot here. I think they take it to the Titans. The Titans had my stamp of approval through the first couple weeks of the season. I bet them, did pretty well. But now I don't like them as much. I lost on them. When did they play that primetime game? Was that Thursday?
Yeah.
Last Thursday. I got burned on them. I'm officially done with the Titans for the time being. Riding the Ravens -6.5 coming off a loss. Love this play. My dog of the week, most of us here have this pick. Packers +2.5 versus the Colts. This is a great nugget for our listeners and Foley as well. Packers are 12-0 ATS after coming off a loss, just for folks here listening. So that is a good stat if you're betting the Packers. So I'm going to bet the Packers. I'm going to hammer it. And I'm also going to take the money line. So you'll see me also throw out a teaser with them in it. So I'm going to take them in 3 different ways. I'm going to take the spread straight up, 6-point teaser, and money line. We're riding this one all week long. Total Chiefs Raiders under 57. Now this is another kind of unpopular one. As I said, over the last few episodes, you guys know this about me. I love betting unders when it's over 55 points total. This number is a little too high for me in this spot. I think the Chiefs defense will shut down the Raiders more than everyone thinks. And I think the Chiefs will score, obviously, but not more than 32 points. I'll throw it out there, 30 points. So they'll be in that range, but the Raiders will not do the same. The Raiders will be under 20 points. So we're going to print this one. I love the Chiefs Raiders under this week. And then for my player of the week, I took Justin Herbert. I have him in a couple of leagues on OwnersBox this week, so I'm going to ride with him. He's becoming a star in the league, so I can't really go wrong with that pick. So go Chargers, go Herbert. For Devin's picks, you want to take them here?
Patriots -2.5 against the Texans. Jags +10 against the Steelers. +10. What the fuck was the other line that we had? Someone else had Steelers, didn't they? Or
no, they didn't. Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. Cowboys. Yeah, that's on me. Jags +10. Rams Bucks over 47.5, and then fucking Nick Chubb is his player.
I kind of like the Rams Bucks over, to be honest. I'd like points in that game. I don't know where the game is. I hope it's in LA. I
If it's
I
in
believe
Tampa,
it is.
that'd be
It's
good.
Monday.
Oh,
is
well,
it?
either or would be good weather.
Yeah, I
Especially
think
with the
I think
hurricanes in Florida, right?
is 40. Is that right? That seems extremely low for that game.
Not really. The Rams are kind of. They've been in low scoring affairs. Like they
Which
haven't
game?
been in anything over 30.
The
points.
Rams Bucks fully. It says the overs at 47.5. That
It says it's
seems
47.5. Yeah.
wow. So maybe I don't know. What do I not know about that game? Is someone out with COVID or something? That seems super fucking low. But I would take the over. I actually do like this
I've
pick
been
for
seeing that
Devin.
Mike Evans might be a good drop in fantasy this week, which sucks for me because I have him on my team.
Because Jalen Ramsey's has been locked. He locked up
Yeah.
DK last week. But I
And
do
with
like
Antonio Brown back and stuff.
Yeah. Antonio Brown, pick him up, and then also Godwin I picked up this morning in one of my leagues. Godwin's gonna have a big week this week with,
Well,
Jalen
not
Ramsey
drop
taking
for Mike Evans. I meant bench, but
bench, start, yeah. But anyways, those are our week 11 picks. Foley, before we log off with you, can you give us, out of your 4 picks or your 3 picks that you gave us, what is your favorite pick that you have and why?
well, honestly, after all the support, my favorite pick right now is probably the Steelers versus the Jags. But heading into this one, my favorite pick was the Bengals. So, I
those
have
are
a lot
both
of
good
confidence-
plays.
I have a lot of confidence in the Steelers Jags in terms of just like what I looked into. But the Bengals, I just have a good feeling about the Bengals.
I like both those picks. I do like your under is my favorite as well, but we'll be watching, and what we're going to do is we're going to spin up a graphic for you. You'll see, you follow us, so you see our stories. We'll put you up as our guest of the week. We'll throw your 3 picks up there, and then we'll also get you a clip that we'll post on our socials as well. And then for any guests that want to be on the show, comment below, comment on the YouTube, subscribe to us, comment on our Instagram, tweet at us, chirp the interns. We'll get you on the pod. But Foley, thank you for joining today. We love your slate, and we can't wait to print with you this week. Thanks for coming on, bud.
Thanks for having me, boys. It was great.
Great episode. We will see you guys next time. Drop a comment below. Subscribe to us. Until next time, see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, head over to OwnersBox.com to sign up and play weekly fantasy sports today. Also, download our app on the iOS and Google Play stores.